Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Show Tea Tuesdays. You supposed to see this, right? Yeah. You supposed to see that doing that introduction, but I didn't pull it up. So sorry about that. I apologize. But anywho, y'all know that the production team of one can be a struggle sometimes, but most days I have it together. And so we just gonna keep on rolling. You already know what this show is and what all it entails. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi. I know. So let's back up 2 steps. Hey TikTok. I know I haven't been on TikTok in a minute. Like I had some issues. It's been a minute. But hey, welcome. Hey, good to see y'all. But anyways, so I do not have a special guest today. So the guest is all me. And I have lots and lots with a capital L of information to provide you with today. Now, if you hear that little humming, that's just my fan because I got a little hot and I don't think y'all want me to do this podcast topless. So you're gonna have to just deal with that little humming that's going on right now. But anyways, but I do want to say today is September 30th. I'm always rocking teal. Of course, you can see what I have on because that's like literally my second favorite color. It has kind of moved into the almost the first favorite color. But anyways, it's my favorite color, but it's also Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month, and my teal sisters all across the globe, not just in Oklahoma, not just in Texas, not in New York, not in Washington, but across the globe have been celebrating and getting information out to the community about ovarian cancer and taking early action, ladies, taking early action so we can live because ovarian cancer is a silent killer. You guys heard me talk about this before, and so it's just making sure that you're taking the time that you need to go get checked out. Okay. So without that, I don't want to go all into that, but my sisters have been doing an amazing job. I want to shout out to Ovarian Cancer Research Alliance. I've been an advocate leader since 2020 and been faithful and committed to making sure that we share information and get information out to the people. And I have met lots of men and women, sisters, and everybody. Um, it doesn't matter if they were not affected by cancer; they're supporting for someone else or a loved one that they've lost to this disease. So I just want to say, I'm trying to make sure I pull it up at the right moment here. I just want to say that advocate leaders across the globe have been I don't want to call it a celebration, but I feel like it's a celebration because every time that we're sharing information with someone, our our goal is to save lives. That's our purpose. When I originally was diagnosed, the statistic was 1 in 78 women. And so when I was share my story, I would always say 1 in 78, 1 in 78. Now it's 1 in 91. So what we're doing is helping. That's helping. Those statistics numbers are really important. And so women across the globe have been doing things within their city or their state, and just taking ovarian cancer, I'm about to say by the horns, and just letting people know what's going on. And then our city officials and different local officials have been supporting and giving out proclamations and everything. So kudos, ladies and gentlemen, because we do have men that are advocate leaders and supporters. They're supporting for their loved ones that they've lost. And so kudos to them. I do appreciate everything that you guys are doing. I haven't, I'll be honest, I haven't been sharing as much as I normally do because I've had multiple things that's going on. However, there's no excuse. And even though September 30th is coming, or September is coming to an end, the awareness about ovarian cancer does not. Uh, so it doesn't matter. Cancer doesn't discriminate, doesn't matter what color you are, what month it is, somebody is going to be diagnosed. And we have to make sure that we um take action. Take action. So if you are having some issues, symptoms that are long, like lasting for a very long time, you need to go to the doctor. Don't just think, oh, it's just my time of the month. Oh, I just lift up that box a little bit too heavy. My back been hurting. You need to go and get checked out. Don't be afraid. If you feel like you need somebody to go with you, call a friend, reach out to somebody, and let's make sure that we're doing what we need to do. Also, I want to shout out NOCC, find your local community. So that's the National Ovarian Cancer Coalition, located in Texas. They have different chapters and segments throughout the globe. When I actually download this, I was like, oh, that look like my face. Look at me. That is me. I'm in the photo. How about that? But anyways, just making sure that you support and find your local community. Now, I will say, for NOCC, there's not a chapter or a segment in Oklahoma. I know, I know. So that's something that I would love to work on. But guess what? I can't do it by myself. I am not Superwoman. I don't have an S on my chest, and I do not fly around, and I don't have that what you call that thing? Uh well, I'm gonna say a whip. It's not called that, but you know what it is. Anyways, but I need help. I need help. So if you are interested in starting a chapter here, it does take a lot of work. If you are an ovarian cancer survivor supporter in the state of Oklahoma, we would love to hear from you so we can all do this together. So the other two resources I want to share that's in regards to ovarian cancer is I'm rocking a Tenaciously Till shirt. Love one another. So if you go to her annual care packs and cocktails that's in July, then you know all about Tenaciously Till. If you do not, I need for you to go to their website. I don't know how much I mean, I talk about Tenaciously Till so much you would think that I got a stock in it or something, but I don't. But I just love the organization, the founder Tara, and everyone, the board of directors, and everyone that stands with Tenacious Till, and everything that they do. And so that's one of my main supporters. And the reason being is because when I was diagnosed, I went to Uncle Google and typed in ovarian cancer resources in Oklahoma, and guess who popped up? Bingo. Yes. So that's always my heart. Rocking her shirt. She has all types of merchandise. You may have to call her because I don't think it's on her website per se. But anyway, so if you know someone that's going through a cancer journey or need a care pack, they have a really nice care pack that they send out to anyone. You do not have to be diagnosed with ovarian cancer. It can be any type of cancer. They would love for you to make a donation. I don't remember the amount, but any donation would be useful because you know that things are getting high, and sometimes it costs a little bit to try to send things out to people. So that's another one. Also, you may see these beautiful earrings. Oh, I gotta turn around. There you go. Heart to Teal with Kimberly. Kimberly is so amazing. Kimberly has been rocking it, and she's always rocking it. Heart to Teal is another organization that's in Peachtree City, Georgia. I love that city right there. It is the most peaceful, beautiful city. You can just, I mean, they just ride around in go-karts, just having, enjoying nature and everything. It's just so pretty. Anyways, that's not the point. But you can find her on social media, Facebook, Instagram. She also has a private group for survivors. She does a wonderful I'm saying infomercial, but in service events for teachers. That if you are a teacher and we want to be able to do Hearts of Teal for teachers, and so I am looking for anyone that's a teacher if I can come to your school and do an in-service for your staff. And pretty much what it is we're coming to talk to you about ovarian cancer, get you the information and resources that you need. And then you also get a little lunch pail. So it's a lunch pail that's teal that says Hearts to Teal. So make sure that you go and follow these different organizations. I have quite a few that I'm about to share with you tonight. So I know it's a lot, but you can always hit pause and rewind. Like I guess you can't do that while I'm live, but you can do it later. But yeah. Anywho, so yeah, so shout out to Kimberly. She's been doing an amazing job. Um, and with sharing information about ovarian cancer. Now, I know, I already know, 11:59 is going to be October 1st, right? And everybody's going to turn pink, right? Listen, I don't hate on the color pink. I just, I'm just, I just need I need different shades of pink sometimes. But anyways, so Pink is getting ready to take over the timeline. Now, I don't want to say unfortunately, but due to certain individuals that were diagnosed with breast cancer awareness gets a lot more funding and push and information out to the general public, which is fine. That's fine. Like I said, it doesn't matter what type of cancer you have. All cancers affect everybody. However, with breast cancer, one thing that you may or may not are aware of is that if you were diagnosed with breast cancer, there is a 50% chance that you could be diagnosed with ovarian cancer and vice versa. And so I didn't learn that until my story happened. I went to get a mammogram and it's actually listed on the form. Have you been diagnosed with ovarian cancer? Oh, well, yes. Why would they ask that? And then all of a sudden now, woo-hoo, oh, you're in a risk category. So just be mindful. Go and get your girls checked out. We need them. I know some people don't like them, but we need our girls. So go get your girls checked out. If you have not had a mammogram in the last 365 days, please call them tomorrow and get that scheduled ASAP. It doesn't take long. Don't feel like, oh, I don't want to know. Because trust me, you do want to know. When things start happening to your body gives you warning signs. It gives you all types of symptoms and things that, hey, something is going on. And so we got to take preventative care. We have to take uh, we were talking about cancer prevention. And so what that means is that we're taking early detection of what's going on. We're not just letting it I don't want to say fester, but we don't want to just let it continue to get out of control to where you're in stage 3 or 4, because we weren't paying attention. And so we have to pay attention and get tested early. The early, the early, the early, the early, the early, the better. The early, the better. So there's this wonderful organization that I met Miss Tony. Oh, trying to remember. Has it been 3 years? It's been 3 years, I think, give or take, trying to remember. Anyways, it's Breast Cancer Survivors of Oklahoma. They are having their inaugural walk this weekend, October 4th. They're so excited. At Stars and Stripes, you can still register. If you want to join, you may not want to do the whole walk. You can do a fun run. You can even just make a donation. But they are a local nonprofit organization in the great state of Oklahoma, and so they are having their annual, well, it is going to be annual because they're not just going to stop with one. But they're having their walk to this coming Saturday. And so they're encouraging everyone to come out. It starts at 11 o'clock. There's all types of information and things that you can support. And so it's going to be Stars and Stripes is going to be okay. So come on out. It's not even that early in the morning. I know sometimes the runs start at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, but it starts at 11. 11. So you got plenty of time. Come out. Of course, I'll be there supporting and making sure that we're passing out information in regards to cancer support and cancer awareness. So also with breast cancer survivorship of Oklahoma, let me make sure I pull up the right one because I have, there we go. They have their annual fashion show. This is their third year. So if you are a breast cancer survivor, they are looking for you. They may, I don't want to overspeak. Maybe, it might be too late, but it might not. Anyways, reach out to them on social media and see if you can become a model. They would love to have anyone that's a breast cancer survivor. They do a lot of programs, and most of them for survivors are free. So take advantage of that opportunity. And so if not, if you're not a breast cancer survivor, just come out and support. Just come out and support. Let me see. What it says, it's gonna be on Saturday, October 25th at 1 o'clock. There's the address on Memorial Road. So come on out, pack it out with Pink, and let's have an amazing time. They even have a special guest DJ. So you know they're getting ready to show up and show out. Also, one more thing about breast cancer survivorship of Oklahoma. They also have their should have did this one first. Sorry. And they also have their Pink About Us dinner and dance. Yes, they do a lot of work in the community. They've also started with what's the is it Pink Ride Out or Pink Ride? It's with the motorcycles. And I think it's cool to see the ladies on the motorcycle. Even the men come out and support and they're decked out in their pink. But for this one here, October 18th in Edmond, check-in starts around 5 to 6. So come out and support. This is their survivorship dinner. They have a really nice time at the Hilton Garden Inn. So they would love to have your support and come on out there. Now, one thing that I want to share. Oh, one more thing. There is another event that's happening this weekend in the great city of Spencer. You know, I'm always talking about Spencer. Spencer. And so that is Spencer Unity Day. They're having an annual, I can't remember what year this is, but it's been several. And so they're having their annual Spencer Unity Day at Kringland Park in Spencer. I think it's off of 50th. Yes. They have a 3-on-3 basketball tournament, live entertainment. They're going to have food trucks. They have all different types of things. I think Miss Bird is one of the entertainments. They also have the what they call the line dancing with the boots on the ground. Listen, they are getting ready to show up in the great city of Spencer. So it's from 1 to 8. So if you have time, it's gonna be nice weather. It's supposed to be what 88 degrees this weekend. Come on out to Spencer at Kringland Park and have an amazing time. So now I want to talk to you about something real quick. And I'm not going to make this long. At the beginning of this segment, well, in the description part, it says, where are the resources? Today is the official last day for some resources that I know that are being cut. They are no longer going to be available. Unless somebody wants to sponsor them and they give them X amount of thousands or maybe just give them $1 million if you got it to be able to keep the funding going. Um, and so I say this is because we have so many wonderful organizations out here and not just Oklahoma. I'm not just talking about Oklahoma. I'm talking about everywhere. There's so many different wonderful organizations out here that are at a critical point of are we going to be able to exist another 3 months? Or what are we going to do in regards to our foundation? And so I just want you to keep that in mind that when you don't share or you don't attend certain type of events, we tend to lose the funding or the interest for it. Now, I'm going to share this with you. Several years ago, it's been I think it's about 4 years ago. So 4 years ago, I met this young lady named Alexis, and she was working with Oni project before they became Choose Homemade. And she just mentioned that one thing that we're struggling with is getting information out to the seniors. It was in regards to the seniors farmers market. Well, with the seniors farmers market, they had a program to where you had to it was income based, and you had to qualify for a $50 card to use at any farmers market. The goal is for for the seniors to shop with the local farmers and to receive fruits and vegetables and all those different types of things. Um, and so I remember she was very, very passionate about, we're just struggling to get the seniors involved and getting people to apply and to go out and use this benefit. We go before our legislator every year to ask for funding, and they ask us, well, how many people are you serving? How many benefit from this? And so that's what I mean by, when people are trying to bring in a resource into your community, they need for you to utilize that resource. If you don't use it, you lose it. Now, you've heard of that before from probably some senior person. If you don't use it, you lose it. And that's the same as with resources. We know that this climate that we're in politically, um, and with the administration, has changed and funding has changed. And so a lot of things are happening to where nonprofits may or may not be able to survive much longer. But in order for them to survive and to keep pushing forward with their mission and values that they have, is they need our support. I know we're not millionaires. Trust me, I'm not one. If I had a few millions, I'd be like, ooh, let me give you this and let me give you that. I would definitely be one of those people. But I know that we don't all have it. But if we can at least just make a connection and share with people, you never know who it may reach, who it may fall into the hands of, that would like to support, whether if it's just for another month, if it's just for 6 months. You never know. You never know. So I say that um with the mindset of, things are changing. We know that. One thing I want to encourage the community is to remember that you are not by yourself. If you need some help, if you need some resources, reach out and talk to somebody. Call somebody. I mean, I don't know if you necessarily want to call me, because I know you don't, everybody doesn't know me, but reach out and talk to somebody. You always have options. There are always options. There are always options. Okay, y'all get the point? Okay, good. Okay, I'll leave that alone. So I do want to say, because this Tuesday, I've had her on my show before, the Pet Food Pantry. Okay, see, they are always asking for donations of just $2. You got $2, $1.50, $2, or whatever that you're able to give. And so they are a nonprofit organization that gives out food to um, people that need to feed their pets. I know you're probably like, well, if you can't feed the pet, you may not need to have it. Well, you never know somebody's situation. So let's not be judgmental. But if you can, donate $2. Shall we? Okay. Also, another organization that I recently met, and yes, her segment is going to be rescheduled. We'll work on that. But still, in the meantime, you can still go and follow her. I should say follow her, but follow the organization, Bridges to Safety. They have an event that's coming up, because October is also what? Domestic Violence Month. So they have an event that's coming up on October 25th. Play It Forward. It's a family fundraiser. It's going to be at Crossroads Church on South Shields Boulevard in Oklahoma City. If you're interested in, I don't know if they still have openings or not for vendors and food trucks and all that other stuff. So they may or may not. If they do, you need to reach out to them, so that way you can support. But bring your kids. Bring your kids. It's a fun-filled day. It's for a great cause. And all the proceeds go to support Bridges to Safety OKC. All right. Make sure that you go and follow them on social media. And they also have a website for you to be able to volunteer in any capacity and give out information because you are not alone in this situation. Just want to share that. So make sure we go out and support them. And let me see. I think I have more. Oh, yes. So I've had TAB Teachers Appreciation Federation Foundation. I'm about to say Federation Foundation on Share the Tea before, and so they are having their first leadership contest. I think this is amazing. This is in November, November 15th. It's on a Saturday at Innovation Hall in Oklahoma City. So if you are now, I don't know if you can be in the contest or not. I'm not in charge of these events. I'm just sharing information and resources. So take a screenshot, go and follow them. You can purchase your tickets online and supporting it. Also, if you want to give a donation, they would love to have that as well. Now, one thing that's happening in October, October 15th, is open enrollment. Yeah, Medicare. You getting ready to see all these commercials coming on. Do you have your Medicare? Have you checked your policy? So I encourage you to talk to your seniors. Stop forgetting about them. I'm just saying, y'all always acting like you don't want to be bothered with the seniors, but I love some seniors, okay? So what we have here is Medicare series has started. We had our first class yesterday with scam prevention because a lot of seniors get scammed. Did you know it was not, hold on, let me take this down. I need you, look at me. 90, 90,000 seniors are scammed. That was just last year. 90,000. Now, if you're a person that watch the news frequently, you always hear something about somebody getting scammed, blood connection, and all that other stuff. I heard my grandchild screaming, and they said they need me to send them thousands. Yes, and so this is actually affecting a lot of our seniors. Okay, so yesterday we had our first class. Next Monday we'll have our second one, knowing your Medicare basics. Everything is taught by Miss Crane. She is the independent broker that's doing the classes. And then what's new for 2026 and maximizing your benefits. All these classes are free. We do have food that's available. So we encourage you to bring the seniors out. Even if you're a caretaker of the seniors, the class starts at 4:30. Registration is free. It's at the Spencer Senior Center in, of course, Spencer, Oklahoma. Yeah. So make sure you come on out and encourage your seniors to sign up. Oh, and then I also want to say that that is sponsored by Oak Street Health, Share the T, S&T Enterprises, and Bank First. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So without further ado, my last little announcement that I have to give you. Oh, wait, hold on. Back up. One other resource, I forgot to tell you about this one. And she's been on the show as well too, is Wellsprings. Wellsprings has Wells, hey Reggie. Wellspring has I think they do it every quarter or every 2 months or something of that nature. But they have a program that they do in regards to making sure that parents have their resources. So this one that's coming up on the fourth and fifth is going to be in Oklahoma City, and this is for adoptive and foster parents. They fill up quick, very fast, very fast. So if you are someone that's usually they have adoptive parents, sometimes they have grandparents. They switch it up every time. So and sometimes they have them here, and sometimes they have them in Tulsa. They do provide. It's a hotel for you to get away and relax and just kind of, you know, debrief a little bit. So make sure you connect with Wellsprings. They are amazing as well. All right. So last and definitely not least, this is something I've told quite a few of my supporters that know I am an event planner. I've been a coordinator for over 24 years. So it's like I can plan stuff in my sleep. Literally, no. Some of my friends are like, she telling the truth. Yes, but anyways, and so just to kind of break it down a little bit of what all is the T, because the T is to educate anyone. I have not started, but pretty much made it official with S&T Enterprises. Yes. Somebody cue the music. Mm. Hey. Okay, sorry. All right, so S&T Enterprises, our focus is to make an impact, network, and empower others. So this is not just Oklahoma focused because Share the Tea is global. We're connecting people with resources, whether they need domestic violence resource, education resource, tutoring, cancer awareness. It doesn't matter. Any type of resource that you need, we should have them. I'm going to say we should have them, and we will have them within our network. And then also making sure that our small businesses are doing what they need to do in order to survive. If you're not doing your business correctly, it's a struggle to make sure that you make it past that 3-year mark, because they always say if you don't make it past 3 years, and you weren't doing it right. So our focus is to connect people, to empower, and just to make an impact. Impact has always been our focus because, I say be intentional, insightful, and what? There you go, impactful. So I encourage you to check out our website. Well, it's not on there right now, but check it out later on this weekend, and figure out and learn about how you can connect with S&T Enterprise, and maybe it's something that would work for you. You never know. Okay. Well, I think I have covered everything. Let me look over my stuff real quick. Yeah, I think I have covered everything that I needed to cover, and try to make that real quick in 30 minutes. Boom. There you go. There you go. And thank you for everybody that was able to come out to United in the Fight Cancer Expo. It was amazing. I met a lot of cancer fighters, survivors, that were empowered on the journey and want to continue to be involved. And so I do want to say that all of our Share the Tea cancer inspirational t-shirts, and any of them that is not even cancer related, we are going to give a discount to all cancer fighters, cancer thrivers, and fighters and survivors. Try to say that 3 times fast. So we want to make sure that we give a discount to them for any merchandise that you purchase. And the shirts are still available, and they'll always be available because they are super cute. I'm just saying. Anywho, all right. Well, that's all that I have. I appreciate you coming on to Share the Tea Tuesdays. And remember, you are not alone. Let's get out. Let's be involved. Let's engage. Okay. If you have resources out there, stop gatekeeping. What are you keeping it for? Who, who are you holding on to for? Share it with somebody. We all want to know what resources are out there, and let's make a connection. All right. Well, it's been my pleasure to talk to you today. Thank you for tuning in to Share the Tea Tuesdays, and wherever that you're following me across the globe. Also, don't forget to follow me on social media at Share the Tea with V. I'm on all platforms except for Snap of the Chat. Yes. But remember, we are being intentional, insightful, and yep, impactful, because we share the tea. We don't spill it. All right. Peace, love, and hair grease. Until next week. Bye.
Telling me to dance, taking a chance.